your learnings, what you make out of what you have absorbed over the period of time, what your guru has taught you. A guru's blessing, a teacher's blessing, I think that's really one of the most fundamental realities and essential aspects of learning any creative field. You know, technical brilliance is one thing. You might be doing fireworks on stage while you practice. The difference between, you know, practicing, between destiny, between faith, all these things put together, I think you have to have faith in your guru, you have to believe in your guru, and also eventually you don't have to, and if things don't work out for you, you should not blame your guru, or even your parents for that matter. Every child's first gurus are the parents, and according to you know, the Indian tradition, you give more respect to your guru than even your parents in many cases. And it's a very long journey. I mean, out here there's no formula, there's no eventually I think your destiny, your karma, I think all these things take you towards your destination in life. What we make of our lives is definitely something that we choose to do, writing the script. But at some level, certain screenplays are perhaps predestined, that we as human beings don't have any control over. The steering wheel is in our hands. Of course, there are many destinations to get to one place. So what you choose, what highway you take or what freeway you take, that's entirely your call. But having said that, it's just a way of you know, conveying the fact that, you know, we are writing our own story, and we are pretty much the directors of the movie which we call life. I was born in a home where my father was a musician. So that's why I think the moment I got back home from the hospital, you know, he started singing in my ears, and perhaps in essence the training started then. Children are, a child is like water or clay. You know, they take the shape you give them. And like water, you know, it takes shape of any vessel, anything. Like I said, there was an atmosphere at home which was extremely musically charged. My father introduced my brother and me to vocal music first. So he introduced us to songs, you know, the usual nursery rhymes that we all grew up with. And he used to play it on the Sarod. So that made us form a very, very intense link with the instrument itself. You know, across 11, 12, when all the baby fat goes. Then, you know, it's hardcore stuff. It's not all about sitting on stage and looking cute. It went beyond that. As you grow older, you know, the realization, the play at a certain level, if not play brilliantly. So we all have a frequency. We just have to channelize it. In my case, it was maybe music. That frequency was always within. I have the channel within, but I had to do some fine-tuning. But that fine-tuning was only due to you know, the practical aspect of any creative field. And having said that, I also knew, I mean, when I saw my friends, you know, go overseas for their university, you know, someone's giving their SATs and all those things. I mean, I just thought to myself that, am I in the right field? You know, all these answers you really don't have in any creative field. But I mean, of course, my heart and head both said to continue, you know, a field which had such intense history. And you felt like a custodian of, you know, a legacy which, not just my legacy, but the legacy of Indian classical music. You felt like a custodian of that industry itself. Thank God that I'm doing something that I love doing. I mean, you can't get better than that, that you, you know, end up doing something in life that you love doing, and it evolves you more and more and more as an artist as you grow older. And there's truth in that, or something that आसानी से मिलता है, वो मिला. I mean, of course, definitely मिला. I mean, you know, the kind of concerts I could perform, the kind of openings I got. I mean, definitely. I mean, if I was not my father's son, I wouldn't have had all that. And delivering something, if you're not good, I don't think any presenter, any person, any sponsor in this world would call you again. The main mantra that was very important to my brother and me was the fact that this comment is okay to hear before the event happens. But once the event happens, then by God's grace, the reaction should be, you guys are really working hard and, all the very best to you. I mean, and that was something we both were extremely conscious about. And that was pretty much my father's mantra as well. When I used to go up to him after any concert, even when I was 12, 13, 14, and I would say that, Abba, what do you think I have to work on, and how was the concert? He always said that hear the recording and figure it out. So Abba was he was more like a silent spectator at concerts because he felt that he did his bit in the music room. It has no physical kind of or concrete kind of boundaries. It happens anywhere. It could just happen even if I'm walking with him from the security check to the flight. He would just sing a bandish or a composition which comes to his mind, and the training is constant. It's 24 hours. You can't be impatient. I was very fortunate that I was able to listen to so many artists when I was growing up, and that's something which my father gave me complete freedom to do. I could, he said he listened to everyone and take whatever you can absorb from everyone, not just from this genre, from any genre. HarperCollins requested my brother and me to write a book called 50 Maestros, 50 Recordings. I mean, it was as simple as, doing anything. It came like a song to me because all those artists and all those recordings were the recordings I grew up with. And that book has artists right from a few generations before my father's generation of artists as well. And we've actually written about the recordings, and of course the publication shortlisted many of those artists as well. But what I'm trying to say is that I had all that entire project was extremely easy for me because I had grown up with all that kind of music around. And everyone is very fortunate now that because of so many things being so easily accessible now on YouTube and things like that, that over a click you have the ready-made research of all these great masters. Whereas back in the day, a student would have had to wait forever or kind of be extremely more patient to learn, and you need a teacher. I mean, Sarod is an instrument which is a little more challenging for beginners at least because it has no frets. It's not like the sitar or the guitar or the mandolin. It doesn't have any frets. It's just a metal fingerboard, and we are playing with our fingernails. We are not pressing the strings with our fingertips. We are playing with the edge of our nails, and any movement, up and down, even by 1%, you can be out of tune. But like I said, Sarod you need more patience, especially if you're a beginner, to play this instrument. And of course, more you practice, then